back here with a quick tropical outlook and discussion for today. We are going to be taking a look at now Invest 92L, our next potential major hurricane for Florida. Yes, I know I didn't even discuss about this ahead of time, but this honestly in the last 24 to about 36 hours, this has been out of nowhere, just an escalating event. Remember when we were talking about Invest 91L, Invest 97E, or all that, Tropical Depression 11, Tropical Storm 11, out in the East Pacific, that kind of entered the Bay of Campeche. And yeah, this, I think the Central American gyre, when I said it was at that 30, yeah, things have changed, you guys. We have now Invest 92L, 1007 millibars. It is strengthening. And I am saying tropical storm by tonight. It will be Milton. Tropical storm Milton by tonight. This was at 1009. We're now at 1007. I think this could be a very huge problem. This would be another Florida storm. Could be another major hurricane. Okay. So we take a look at the track guidance right here. And yeah, you can definitely see it's a little bit far out on spread impacts. But right now it's off of Florida. So if you guys are in Florida, I do not think this is going to go really north of Tampa. If anything, maybe just a mile or two north at its most. But we are going to have to watch, further out. I mean, right now, you could tell this would do something like this. And then maybe it goes a little bit more south or stays a little bit north. But you can tell some of the track guidance, this is like the cone of uncertainty. Okay. This is the cone of uncertainty, and yeah, you can tell right now it's for Florida, and this is about in the next 48, 72, 96, some of the 96, or even 120. This is going to be making landfall in the next 4 days. So it's going to have 4, maybe even 4.5 days, maybe even 5, depends how slow this moves, maybe even 5 days over the Gulf of Mexico to develop. And favorability is there, you guys. Okay. This is a little bit concerning. Yeah, this could definitely get pretty bad very quick. We have many of them going into category 1 and category 2. But we have a lot into strong category and category 3. And then we even have 2 in category 4. And we have about a few of these that are probably going to keep changing in each set of those models into tropical storm. We'll probably go into hurricane, but this is really escalating here today, and I'm quite concerned on that. Alright, so we go into, let's go into some of the favorability. Actually, no. Let's go into the satellite imagery. And yeah, this is a bit of a worrying case scenario. And I know where they have the low pressure being right now. I think this could definitely be more of that 4.5 days out, because we're seeing a convection burst a lot more to the southwest here. You can definitely tell we are most likely getting very close. I would say I would regard this as maybe a weak tropical depression. It looks like a low pressure will form in here. Alright. Most likely a low will develop here, and they have it like developing over here. One thing I can tell is we are now really seeing that low level cloud spin here. We're seeing a very good banding features trying to develop on this side. We're seeing some good banding features here wrapping around. So and we've been seeing a consistency of deep thunderstorm convection right where I have the L at. So definitely quite concerning. If we put where quickly, so this is about 96.22. 96.22. Let's go here to 96.22. That's the Hornets, and they have this about, so they have this just a little bit ahead. They probably have this closer to 95 here. So it'll probably be more set back in here. But that's about a 50-mile difference. That's an extra hour over the waters, okay? Every little thing counts, and how quickly does this develop a core will be crucial. And you know, it all adds in, okay? So that is the satellite imagery. Now let's take a look at the IR, and yeah, you can tell we are really getting this storm to develop quite quick, and was really surprised seeing this morning. I mean, it has that already trying to get that shrimp look. I mean, this can really escalate into a pretty good looking tropical storm tonight, you guys. I'm gonna be completely honest here. I'm not even trying to overhype, but I mean, look, it's just been consistent after consistent hours of convection. I've been seeing this wrapping around pretty good. I mean, this is in the early stages, but very concerning. So now let's take a look at the National Hurricane 7-day here, and wow, we are definitely in a later peak than thought. Kirk has hit its max. It was about 145. Now it's at 125. Going to be a major hurricane for the next day or so, and then gradually weaken into a tropical storm in the subtropics. We have a 30% of another area moving off the coast, could develop into our next tropical storm, or maybe even a hurricane down the road. And then we have Hurricane Leslie, our 8th or 7th hurricane of the Atlantic hurricane season, moving west-northwest at 7 miles an hour with a 985 millibar pressure. But yeah, this is now a 70% next 48 hours, probably going to be 90 by the 11 a.m. update. But they say showers and thunderstorms associated with a broad area low pressure gradually has become better organized. Development of the system is now expected, a tropical depression or storm likely later today or on Sunday. While it moves west or west, they are saying additional strengthening is likely. Interest on the Yucatan and all that should be monitored. Even should be monitored for the Bahamas, they're saying. But this is most likely going to become a hurricane, okay? So let's take a look at the let's actually take a look, before we take a look at the models, let's take a look at the water temps, because this is very crucial here. And yeah, water's slowly but surely, gradually getting less and less. But right now we should be honestly in the 26, 24s about just north of Tampa. That's how it used to be. Even off the Carolinas coast, it used to be like that. But look, this storm is sitting in 96 degrees waters. We are looking at, in this whole thing, 29, 30 degrees Celsius. And right along Florida is a very bit concerning. 30, 31, and even afterwards, you guys. But look at these waters over here. Wow, these 31, 32 degrees Celsius. I mean, they are cooking in the Caribbean. Warmest water temps of all time. We still got some good OHC, you guys. I'm telling you guys. I'll make a discussion post maybe later tonight. Just all depends on my timing. But this is kind of a quick version of an update here. But let's keep going. So this is the GFS model. Yeah, I can definitely see this being in the next. This was definitely getting that core developed. But we do see this eventually becoming a hurricane. I mean, quickly, rapidly strengthened into a major hurricane. 9:59, just getting north of the Yucatan. We're going to have to watch this little island here of the Yucatan. They could be impacted. But let's take a look, you guys. We got a lot of rain, thunderstorms today in Florida. I mean, this is a precursor event, and we got bands of another event going on. Really helping the ground to be quite wet for this storm. And this is going to be a precursor event where it's going to be a lot of rain out ahead. And yeah, you can kind of see a 9:44 And the GFS kind of has it really curving into just north of Tampa, probably about 20 miles north of Tampa. And you do see maybe another little low trying to develop over here. We're going to have to watch that. I don't think anything will. But yeah, 949, 944 major hurricane. This is most likely a strong Cat 3, Cat 4. Makes landfall and comes out still as a hurricane. And then, brings impacts in the Carolinas coastline. Okay? And yeah, and then moves out. Alright? We just take a quick look at the total rain accumulations. Yeah, you're looking at over 1 to 2 feet of rain. About almost 2 feet of rain where this makes landfall. All the way through the peninsula, but widespread across the peninsula up to 3 to 6 inches. Okay? That's not even counting the winds, and that's not even counting the mesoscale thunderstorms. So that's a little bit concerning. Canadian here has a little bit more south and a little bit more less rain. I'm not even going to show you guys the thing because we are kind of in a time crunch. We look at the Euro model. This is the 6Z model. This goes out 90 hours, not even fully out. And yeah, you could definitely tell gradually strengthened 983 hurricane. And you can see another maybe storm trying to develop near the Bahamas. I don't think that's going to happen because of the shear out of this system. But we're just going to have to watch that just in case, if anything. But 983 millibar low pressure, 90 hours out. Okay. That's just, once again, very concerning. This is the icon here. Very, very south. And then tries to gain some latitude as a hurricane. And then makes landfall. And this is now worst case scenario, you guys. I do not want you guys to take this for granted. But these hurricane models are showing Cat 4 to maybe even a strong Cat 4. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave it at. And this is about, I would say 11. Yeah, I could see this. And then it strengthens into a quickly strengthening hurricane. Cat 4, Cat, take this for granted, a Cat 5. Okay, this is the HERF. Probably overdoing it, but shows a Cat 5 and withstanding that, and then weakened down to a Category 4 and just going north by about 10 miles north of Tampa. We're going to be looking at deeper impacts in the stream with Pat's Path Predictor and in the next coming updates on my channel. But yeah, this would be extremely bad, first off, with the rain and all that. But that's the general broad with the models and the intensity. I would like to take a look at one more thing, and that's going to be the shear currently. I forgot to bring that up, but that's the last thing I want to show you guys. And then that should wrap it up in this update. And yeah, there's not too much shear going on. We have a good cyclonic flow. It could get a little bit better. I think it will. Alright. Shear intensity. Let's just take a look at that. We'll look at the detail model shear later on. Alright. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up in this update. Hope you guys liked and enjoyed. See you guys in the next tropical outlook and discussion.